What's up, guys? This is Love is War, episode 6, 7?
I think it's 5.
It's somewhere in that range. It directly corresponds to how many skits there were, because there was this episode. They kind of evolved from the 3 skit meta that we're used to, and we're looking at 5 or 6 skits.
Yeah,
all of which are obviously a little bit shorter, but there are interconnections between almost all of them.
Yeah, and I think even though a lot of these were shorter, we had a lot more character development and get a little bit more insight. We got some, insights to what's going on with the other guy. That's mysterious.
Still mysterious. We saw his back in episode 1, so
we did. I think I changed the thumbnail to where you can see him in the background. So there you go. But yeah, this is getting out late because we got a late start. But we're here to talk about it. So, starting off, these are probably not going to be in order because we can't remember what order they came in. But why don't we start off with talking about the word game?
So yeah, in the first skit, they introduced that the French individuals are coming, and they're coming to the school, and they have to French exchange students, and they have to throw a party.
Yeah,
for
they're
them.
not going to French. They're just French
exchange students.
That
they're not the personification of France going to Japan. But anyway, so one of the tasks is to go out shopping and pick all the supplies or whatever. Mm-hmm. And then it's mind games because the principal obviously wants to go shopping with the vice principal because all man goals. So
he's trying to make her lose, and then he's gonna forfeit.
Yeah, basically, so that they can do that together. But the secretary's always got her own plan, so they start with the word game, which is basically you have a word above your forehead. You can't say the word, but you get to see other people's words to try to help them. Vice president loses first in kind of a hilarious.
It's so great because the president's like, I'm gonna make her lose, and then after he makes her lose, he does something to try to get the secretary to lose. Then he's like, well, you know what? I don't want to lose my integrity, so I'm actually gonna try to win and not lowball people. And then he ends up
losing. It's great, and
secretary's got a secret power card. For
she does have a secret power, which probably the best scene in the episode. We both enjoyed that. It's similar to the outro of the last episode, where I'm sure you're gonna see that clipped and used for memes for a long time to come.
Probably.
Check it out. That's all I gotta say. And then after that we have bunny ear sketch, which that one's pretty funny
because they're trying to. I don't remember what event it's something for the school.
But I think it's still the French people. The French students love cosplay, so we're gonna cosplay.
Try to make them feel at home.
Yeah,
they're trying to figure out which one they can wear, and then they, both the president and the vice president, realize that the other looks adorable with cat ears on.
Yep, and secretary is totally unaffected. What's funny is the narrator in this one. He says, I don't know if he says marriage or mirage or whatever. The way he says it just cracks me up every time. And
because it's they realize that since they look good in cat ears, they're marriage material.
I don't know.
Something like that.
I don't know. And then he names all these really good pairs in nature and food or whatever. It's women and cat ears. So yeah, it was a great scene, and that one probably the one that had the least amount of character development is just similar. What we're getting used to, mind games and all that.
Yeah, and there's so many just little things that they add in there. Especially, I don't remember if it was, I think it was on a Dalmachi video that we did where I was talking about, man, that's the one thing that's interesting in, anime. You never see men, cat men, say, meow or whatever, which is fine, whatever, but it doesn't make any sense, right? But I love, how, when he's wearing the cat ears, he's like, meow. It's so good. I don't know why.
Pretty good memes.
But then you get the...
Yeah, what was the next one?
Where she's trying to send the first text. She doesn't want to send the first text. She's trying to get him to send the first message because they exchanged phone numbers in
previous episodes, and it's continuation to the word game where they both lost, so they have to go shopping. Mm-hmm. You get her first phone call, which is great because the dad answers. It's hilarious. And then you get her maid or whatever, coaxing her to do things. And then we also get a scene of the president after, their event is canceled because of bad weather. Happened to me. It sucks. Then he's just sitting out in the rain, and but he's just standing out in the rain. He's like, my phone's waterproof. I'm fine. And then he's like,
he was in the bath.
But he's like, I won. At least she texted me to cancel. And then it showed like a clip of her spending like 30 minutes trying to get a cancel text or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
but he kind of goofed though, because he sent a really weird message.
Yes, he did send a weird message later, or earlier, I believe. And then the final sketch is
when the event actually happens.
When the event actually happens, we get a test from the principal. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah. He's trying to make sure that he's like worth like the role of being able to lead the school, or is that a good example? Because they desire excellence.
Yeah, we won't explain too much about that, but we do get the two characters getting closer together. Pretty hilarious moments in that one, as well as a confession that is kind of a confession, but not really.
Yeah, it's the perfect way for the vice president to kind of confess her love, but still not lose.
Yep.
So, but there's
she used sign language, confirmed.
I definitely related to that, being in like a room where you understand nothing, just like
yeah, we. Is that all you got?
There's so many good moments in this episode. I think actually, I know like the last one we said was like really good and was like our favorite, but this one's really good. I think in a lot of ways this one topped it, mainly just because like you get, like you said, a lot more skits, so you get to see a little bit, I want to say a more full episode, but there is that like development, like you can definitely tell they're, slowly but surely kind of building on top of their relationships that they have.
Yeah, when I first started this show, I got under the impression that they will get, maybe get together at the very end, but at this point I kind of hope they do at the middle, so they can at least like, I don't know, maybe reach neutral ground and then like try to fight for supremacy in the relationship still, but I doubt that that's what the source material is like.
Yeah. I thought one thing that was really nice too is because this is, I know we've seen it before a little bit in another episode, but in this episode it's really the first time that we get to see, I want to say, a real setting for our characters, because they're around a lot of people. There's a lot of quote unquote new characters. So that was kind of cool seeing that they were able to still keep that bounce off.
Never getting tired of the intro. The intro's always good. The outro was
the outro.
Zeppelin again, which is great. I don't remember what parody anime that's from, but
that's an expensive animation though, so yes. I can forgive them for using it a second time.
Yeah, but just use the dance a second time as well, please. Well, that's pretty much it for this episode. We really liked it. Can't wait for next week. And we're excited for what's gonna come. What is Love is War, and I want to see what the end of it will be. Hopefully, we'll get some progress, but I don't know. Maybe it's just one of those comedy shows, not really romance. We'll see.
True. I'm looking forward to seeing how many battles there are too, because we're on 5 or 6 now.
Someone keep a tally of that, and at the end you have to see who overall wins, because it says like who wins each battle.
Yep. See if they really truly won the war.
Exactly.
But anyway, guys, we'll see you next week. Hopefully on a more on time frame.
Maybe, we'll see.
All right.
Later.
Peace.